I was trying to help a car stuck in the mud by pulling it out, but unexpectedly, they blamed me for damaging their car. There was just a small scratch, yet they demanded $40,000 in compensation. I was about to explain, but then I saw a police car patrolling nearby, so I took all the money out of my pocket, planning to just pay and leave quickly, but they thought I was easy to bully. They grabbed a gold bracelet from my car and then threw a lighter into my car, setting it on fire. Little did they know, I wasn't just some regular person. I had just committed an armed robbery with my accomplices at a jewelry store. The news had spread, and we were being wanted all over town. In order to turn the gold bars into cash, we decided to escape into a deserted area. On the way, I ran into this couple. They desperately flagged me down. Asking for help, I looked at them and said I was willing to help, but under one condition: if any risk occurred during the towing, they would be responsible. The woman immediately refused. She emphasized that it was a new luxury car. Seeing her attitude, I didn't want to get involved further, so I told them to find someone else. But the boyfriend kept explaining, saying they had been waiting for hours, and their family was waiting for them to return. They kept begging me, and eventually, I decided to get out of the car to help, saying I would try my best. However, just as I increased the throttle to tow the car, the boyfriend mistakenly shifted gears, causing the tow rope to suddenly slip off, and it smashed onto the couple's car hood. A piece of the radiator fell off. The woman immediately got out of the car and pushed me away. Accusing me of deliberately damaging the car, I explained that I had already warned them about the risks before towing. But the woman said she hadn't heard it and accused me of making excuses to avoid paying for the damage. I didn't want to argue any further, so I turned to leave. But the woman's boyfriend stopped me, and his attitude suddenly changed. He demanded that I pay for the damage and apologize to his wife. I didn't want to keep dealing with these troublemakers, so I decided to teach them a lesson. Just then, a police car happened to pass by, so I abandoned the idea and advised them to be reasonable when out in public, not to speak nonsense as if they were always right. The woman angrily called me a hypocrite, mocking me for avoiding responsibility. I reluctantly took out all my cash to settle the matter, but to my surprise, they still complained that I was poor and threw my wallet on the ground. Just as I was about to pick it up, they stopped me and demanded more compensation. At the same time, the woman secretly ran to my car to search for something valuable. She opened the door and found my gold bracelet inside the car. She was overjoyed to prevent any further trouble. She took my car keys and ran over to show her boyfriend I was about to accept my bad luck, pick up the wallet, and move on. But then they tried to run me over with their car. Fortunately, I reacted quickly and dodged the car. However, the woman wasn't done yet. As she drove past, she threw a lighter into my car. The gasoline-soaked straw inside my car instantly caught fire. I quickly jumped away. Watching my beloved car get destroyed, I was furious and immediately called my accomplices for help. Meanwhile, the couple that had benefited from the situation was still in their car, laughing, thinking that I couldn't fight back. They thought I wouldn't survive in this desolate place. Surviving would be a miracle. But what they didn't know was that their arrogance was about to become their nightmare. Soon after, my accomplices arrived and told me there were no other roads on this path they couldn't escape. I swore to make the couple experience a fate worse than death. Sure enough, after driving for hours, the couple, exhausted, had an accident. The boyfriend tried to start the car to leave, but found the car was stuck in the sand again. Realizing they had no other option, they called for help. But then the woman remembered. The satellite phone was still in my car, so the two of them had no choice but to try to save themselves, but the car still wouldn't budge. Suddenly, the woman noticed another car approaching in the distance, thinking they could intercept it for help. But little did they know, the people in that car were none other than me, the one they had just extorted.